The average new car loses 20% of its value the moment you drive off the lot. For the 8 brands on today's list, 20% is not the beginning of the problem. It is the good news. We are talking about brands where owners are losing 30, 40, 65% of what they paid within 3 years. The used car market does not lie, and these numbers are brutal. Here is the thing. The marketing keeps promising value and smart investment. The showroom feels luxurious. And then you try to sell and reality hits like a freight train. Here is what the dealerships will not tell you. They already know what your car will be worth in 5 years. They have the depreciation curves in the back office. You just never get to see them. Smart buyers in 2026 are running residual value numbers before they run a test drive. After watching this video, so will you. Stick around until the end, because the final brand on this list built the resale trap on purpose, and that story is something you will not see coming. Brand number 1, Nissan. Nissan was once the scrappy underdog that punched above its weight. The 370Z, the GTR, the original Leaf as a genuine electric vehicle pioneer. Today, it is the cautionary tale of what happens when a company stops investing and starts coasting. The Carlos Ghosn scandal gutted the brand's strategic direction, and the lineup has been aging on life support ever since. The brand average sits at only 49.7% retained after 5 years. The Armada retains just 33.8%, one of the worst scores in the entire mainstream market. The Leaf loses 64.1% over 5 years. The Aria retains just 36.7%. The Pathfinder sits at 40.4%. The real kicker is the Leaf's base range of 149 miles. In a market where competitors offer double that for the same money, 5-year-old examples with battery degradation are effectively unsellable. The Aria arrived late, underspecified, and overpriced. A textbook case of corporate half measures. Translation: owners trading in an Armada or Pathfinder walk into the dealership thinking they have equity and walk out underwater. Buying a Nissan today is like investing in a melting ice sculpture. Beautiful for a moment, worthless by Tuesday. But if Nissan's collapse feels gradual, wait until you see a brand that is not declining. It is already basically dead. Brand number 2, Chrysler. Chrysler invented the modern minivan. In 1984, the original Voyager changed how American families moved. Today, that legacy is being used as a tombstone. Under Stellantis, Chrysler has been reduced to 2 models, zero investment, and a brand identity so diluted that most buyers under 40 cannot name a single Chrysler vehicle without hesitating. The Voyager retains just 36% after 5 years. Pacifica holds 40.9%. The brand average sits at 38.5%, near the absolute floor of the resale market, and the Voyager appears regularly in rental and fleet inventories, which demolishes used values faster than almost anything else. Here is the thing: when a brand exists in name only, the used market prices it accordingly. Brand confusion between Dodge, Chrysler, and Jeep leaves second-hand buyers choosing the badge they actually want. Chrysler is rarely the answer. Pacifica owners who paid $50,000+ for the plug-in hybrid trim are finding trade-in offers in the low to mid-20s. You are competing against Hertz at auction. Chrysler is not a brand anymore. It is a clearance rack with a logo. The used market figured that out long before most buyers did. And Chrysler's corporate sibling is doing almost exactly the same thing, except it used to mean something very different to American car culture. Brand number 3, Dodge. Dodge was the muscle car brand, the Charger, the Challenger, the brand that made grown adults feel something at a stoplight. Then Stellantis killed both icons for an electric Charger Daytona that the traditional buyer base largely rejected, and the residual values have been savage ever since. The brand average sits at 38.2% retained after 5 years. The Durango carries a single-year depreciation of 30.8%. A vehicle purchased at $60,000 in 2022 trades in for under $40,000 today. The Hornet, a brand new nameplate, already sits at 38.2% retained, hemorrhaging value before it has had time to build a loyal following. And get this, the Durango rides on a platform dating back to 2011. No full redesign in over a decade. In a market of genuinely modern 3-row SUVs, a 15-year-old platform is a death sentence for resale. With the Charger and Challenger gone, there is no halo model left to carry the brand's emotional value into the second-hand market. Roughly $19,000 evaporates between new MSRP and lightly used resale on a Durango in a single year. The Durango is a dinosaur in automotive terms, impressive to look at, ancient under the skin, and sinking deeper into depreciation with every passing model year. If this is already surprising you, hit subscribe. We do this every week. But here is where it gets truly interesting, because the next brand charges you luxury prices to suffer the exact same fate. Brand number 4, Infiniti. Infiniti was built to compete with Lexus and BMW. It was Nissan's answer to, what if we made something genuinely premium? The answer in 2026 is a brand whose flagship SUV loses 65% of its value over 5 years. That is not a luxury result. That is a catastrophe in a premium wrapper. The QX80 loses 65% of its value over 5 years, worse than even the Range Rover. The QX60 loses 61.5%. Here is the thing. The QX60 is mechanically near identical to the Nissan Pathfinder, which costs nearly half the price new. Used buyers run that math, and the Infiniti badge does not win the calculation. Infiniti has never built the service network, reliability reputation, or aspirational pull needed to justify a luxury premium in the second-hand market. Bottom line, owners who financed a QX80 at $70,000 to $90,000 are discovering they are $30,000+ underwater at trade-in. Infiniti is the expensive suit that fools nobody at the second-hand shop. The label is there. Nobody is paying full price. And speaking of labels nobody is paying full price for, the next brand has one of the most recognizable badges in the world and one of the most devastating depreciation curves to match. Brand number 5. BMW. BMW is the ultimate driving machine. The brand that defined the sports sedan, and the BMW 7 Series is currently the fastest depreciating new car on the entire market. Not among luxury sedans, not among large cars, the entire market. The 7 Series loses 67.1% of its value over 5 years, the single worst score of any new vehicle currently on sale. The i7 loses 29.8% in the first year alone. The 5 Series Hybrid loses 64.7% over 5 years. With entry pricing above $100,000, the average 7 Series owner watches roughly $67,000 disappear. The polarizing, oversized kidney grills have genuinely hurt used market perception, and the complexity of plug-in hybrid and EV architecture adds expensive out-of-warranty maintenance variables that terrify second-hand buyers. Translation: the pool of used buyers willing to absorb a 6-figure BMW service costs is vanishingly small. Buying a new 7 Series is signing a depreciation death warrant with a Bavarian fountain pen. Have you ever been burned trying to sell or trade in one of these brands? Drop your story in the comments. We read every single one. But if German engineering can fall this hard, wait until you see what American luxury is doing to its own owners. Brand number 6. Cadillac. Cadillac was the standard of the world. The Escalade had wait lists, full MSRP, not $1 off the sticker. That era is over. Between a disastrous EV rollout and an aging flagship losing ground to fresh arrivals, Cadillac's resale story is becoming one of the most painful in the luxury segment. The Escalade ESV loses 62.9% of its value over 5 years. With MSRPs regularly exceeding $100,000, owners are watching roughly $63,000 disappear. The Silverado EV retains just 38.9%, and GM's electric lineup broadly is suffering some of the worst early depreciation of any manufacturer in the market. The real kicker is the timing. Escalade owners who financed at top-of-market 2021 and 2022 prices, when dealers were charging $5,000 to $10,000 over MSRP, are facing a double disaster. They overpaid new, and the used market is now unforgiving. The Escalade is America's most expensive lawn ornament, stunning in the driveway, devastating at the dealership counter. And if American luxury depreciation looks ugly, the next brand makes the Escalade look like a wise investment. Brand number 7. Land Rover. There are brands that depreciate, and then there is Range Rover. A vehicle purchased for $250,000 new can lose over $150,000 in 5 years. That is not depreciation, that is financial destruction at a velocity that should come with a warning label on the window sticker. The Range Rover loses 62.9% of its value over 5 years. The Discovery loses 60.9%. The brand sits among the very worst performers in every major depreciation study published in 2025 and 2026. And get this, Land Rover's reliability stigma is decades deep. Despite recent J.D. Power improvements, used buyers' perception of out-of-warranty ownership means air suspension failures, electrical gremlins, and eye-watering service costs. That perception is baked into every trade-in offer. No press release overcomes 30 years of reputation in a single product cycle. Dealer trade-in offers on Range Rovers are among the most shocking conversations in the luxury SUV segment. A Range Rover is the Pompeii of the automotive world. Breathtaking while it lasts, absolutely buried in depreciation ash by year 5. But the final brand on this list did not fall into the resale trap, it engineered the trap itself. Brand number 8. Tesla. In 2021 and 2022, Tesla owners were kings of the used car market. Model 3s sold above sticker. Model S buyers flipped cars for profit. It was the only brand in modern history where used vehicles regularly cost more than new ones. Then Elon Musk started cutting prices and has not stopped. The result is the fastest depreciation collapse in modern automotive history, entirely self-inflicted. The Model S loses 65.2% of its value over 5 years. The Model X loses 63.4%. The 2022 Model 3 depreciated 53.31% in 2025 alone, in a single calendar year. Tesla dominated every major fastest depreciation chart throughout 2025. Here is the thing. When Tesla cuts new car prices, every used Tesla on the planet instantly becomes worth less. An owner who paid $50,000 for a Model 3 in 2022 found themselves competing against new Model 3s at $38,000 in 2024. You cannot win that fight. And traditional depreciation is at least predictable. Tesla's price cuts arrive without warning, turning your equity into a trapdoor overnight. Translation: Tesla turned the used car market into a trapdoor. Every time a new price cut drops, your used one falls straight through the floor. The brand built the trap, marketed the trap, and sold it to you at full MSRP. The resale trap is real, and these 8 brands have perfected it. Through corporate neglect, self-inflicted pricing chaos, reliability stigma, or the slow death of a once great nameplate. Every brand on this list is selling you a depreciating asset dressed up as a value proposition. Here is the one move that will save you thousands. Pull the 5-year residual value data before you pull a test drive. CarEdge, iSeeCars, and Edmunds publish it free. A car retaining 60% after 5 years and one retaining 35% can share the same sticker today, but they will cost you dramatically different amounts of real money by the time you want out. Do that math first, every time. Bottom line, the dealership will not volunteer this data. The manufacturer will not put it in the brochure. Hit subscribe if you want the truth about what your car is actually worth in 2026. And if this video just saved you from a costly mistake, share it with someone who needs to see it before they sign anything.